Hey, what's going on, guys? Mr. Shuckles here, and today I've got some gameplay for you guys on Pantheon. I'm using the Mida multi-tool, her Benevolence, and Tomorrow's Answer, and I'm playing on my Gunslinger class. So, using a scout rifle and a sniper rifle on Pantheon, in my opinion, can be quite difficult if you're playing against the right team, all just constantly rushing you. As long as you keep your distance, though, and utilize your sightlines and angles, it can be done. And I believe using a scout rifle and a sniper is much more challenging than using a shotgun, a last word, or thorn. The only other alternative that I would have used was a fusion instead of a sniper. I've really tried to stray away from the current norm, or the meta, in the Crucible. I don't want to use last word, or thorn, or shotgun. Any player that does, that's cool. Nothing against them. But I've posted plenty of gameplays using shotguns that I've got 40 plus kills. And I've realized it takes so much more skill to use a scout rifle, a sniper, or a fusion than it does to use those weapons. And so I've just strayed away from those weapons, and I don't really want to use them anymore. If I use those weapons and constantly get 40 kills and then switch to a scout and can only get 20, that means my gunplay really wasn't that great. I was just relying on the weapon's strengths. And so as much as I want to give you guys constantly high kill games, I've kind of strayed away from it just for my benefit to improve my positioning. And the more that I've used a scout rifle, the better I've got at positioning and just learning the angles of the maps. And I've got a 43 kill game for you guys right now using a scout rifle and a sniper, which I wouldn't have thought was possible 2 months ago. I thought, no way can I get more than 20 kills using this setup. But it really is possible as long as you understand when to push, where to push, and why to push. I'm already on a 10 kill spree, and it's about 2 minutes into the game. So now we've talked about my setup and just my choices and just some rant. Let's get into the gameplay and just kind of my decision making. So here is actually pretty risky. This guy jumps over. Thankfully, my teammate with that shotgun saved me. So I don't hate shotguns entirely. When they save me, I do appreciate that. So that snipe was actually a really I have planned snipe. When you guys are using your primary, wherever your primary reticule is at, as soon as you switch to your sniper is going to be in the exact same spot. So as long as your primary is at head level, when you switch to your sniper will then be at head level. So that makes it really easy to line up those drag shots like that. Really great way to quick burst somebody if you're about to die or if you need to get them before they can run away. So here, there's one more guy on the back of the front of our spawn. I want to get him out of there. That way my team can push. The problem with Pantheon is there's only a few lanes to where you can come out of your spawn. And one player, if they zone well enough with grenades, can just keep an entire team at bay if the team doesn't push around. And the problem with a lot of people is they see only 2 lanes and they'll stick to 1 lane the entire game. People will constantly just funnel next to the special ammo and just sit there. And that'll get you killed a lot. And honestly, on Pantheon, that will lose you the game. You have to control B. Or you have to let them push into your spawn, which I'll show you guys later in this game, because that happens too. So that guy got a pretty nice little snipe on me when I was down there about the special ammo. Here I get rockets, I need to secure it. I would have waited, but there's only me here, and I realized there was a couple guys on my radar. But I don't even do a good job with it. I actually do a pretty poor job with it. Takes 2 rockets to kill 1 guy. And I saw the grenade, so there was no reason for me to stop and reload my rocket launcher right there. I should have honestly just ran back up to the waterfall, and then I could have repositioned, healed up, and then tackled that guy. Here, I'm just predicting this guy. I saw that he was moving left as he was basically walking around that little thing in the middle. So I just lined up my sniper where his head was going to be when he walked around, and sure enough it was an easy headshot. This blade dance right here, I really shouldn't have challenged that. As soon as I saw the blade dance or heard the blade dance, I should have just ran away. I didn't realize how close it was. But I've only ever died once to a blade dancer while I've had the Mida equipped on all 3 classes. So I probably could have outran him, to be honest. I was just poor play on me trying to challenge that. This guy's jumping up and down. My teammate's not paying attention. Jumping really is effective, though. It really does help you just kind of throw people's shots off. He's kind of camping my spawn here with basically his primary. So I'm going to let this guy run into me. I'm not going to run over to him. People make the mistake on Pantheon. If you're camped in your spawn, people will try to run out of their spawn. That's almost the worst thing you can do. Simply because you do need to get B, but if they're camping your spawn, they have their snipers, their primaries, their shotguns waiting for you to walk around the corner. One well-placed grenade will take out an entire team. You've seen me do that multiple times with lightning grenades, so it can be done with other grenades as well. So this guy, perfect job putting the bubble on B. So we're going to go through and capture it. Here was the stupidest thing I did all game, though. There was absolutely 0 reason for me to pop out of that bubble, especially knowing that he was already zoomed in with the sniper. I was trying to slide to throw his aim off. I mistimed my slide, but to be honest, there was no reason for me to even leave that bubble. At this point, if you looked at the score earlier when I died, I have 4,000 plus points. Everybody else on my team has under 1,000 points. That means that nobody on my team is doing a great job of slaying besides myself, which is fine. They're all capturing zones and they're doing their role. At this point, I need to understand my role, and if my job right now is to slay people and help my team acquire points by getting a bunch of kills, then I can't be dying like that. I can't be doing stupid stuff like that, because if I do stupid stuff, I'm not benefiting my team either one, because I'm adding a death and giving the enemy team a kill, and two, if I'm dead, I can't really kill everything for my teammates either. And that's not to sound cocky or anything like that, it's just, if my job is to help slay the enemy team, just because I have a better understanding of this map knowledge, and just better gunplay than they do, two of my guys are low levels, and they're probably newer to the Crucible, and it's my job to help these guys out. And so I did a poor job of that by getting myself killed. Here I was able to defend this guy really well. They're all jumping around him, like, look at this. There was two guys, I picked them off with my primary, and then I saved them again with 2 super kills, so that's what I should be doing. I should be making smart plays like that to benefit my team. Here I'm just defending my heavy ammo, using my super to pick up some kills, and then get some heavy. This guy popped a golden gun just to secure it. I would say it was a waste, but, you know, sometimes securing heavy ammo really is important. These guys are back on B, and so you notice when I use the scout rifle, I'm really keeping my distance, and this B side area, if you keep it on lockdown, the waterfall area, there's only 2 angles that can really come at you unless they push all the way to the back of your spawn. So it's a really good position to be in. I believe it's one of the best power positions to be in. Unless, of course, you're pushing them into their spawn, like, all the way. The problem is if you push all the way up into their spawn, then they can often come either flip spawns, or they will come through this side right here. Exactly. I stepped away from the waterfall for a few seconds, and then they were able to get through. Whereas if I stay underneath the waterfall, I have access to both angles. So I get Nova Bomb there. There really wasn't too much I could have done, except for maybe read my radar a little bit better and possibly reposition. But it was a super. If I die to a super, you die to a super. Here, I'm in a 2v1 situation, and yet I still come out with the kill, and then I manage to back off. I was constantly trading aggro between both guys, and they were doing well of, like, pushing forward into backwards, so I had to do that. But I always made sure I was in a 1v1 engagement. I never let both of them shoot me at once. Here, same thing. I managed to get out of here, thank God for that. And then I just try and heal up again. I realized somebody's on my radar, and they pushed to the back of our spawn. There's somebody way, way behind me on B now. But I realized our team is actually kind of flipped. Some of my team members were in their spawn for some reason, so I want to make sure we didn't flip spawn. So I pushed in a little bit to figure out if they were on my radar or not. And sure enough, they were. So this guy gets tanked and just killed real quick. And we're back to defending B again. But at this point, I realize there's a bubble here. There's one guy, so he's not a big deal. Whatever. Now there's multiple people and my teammates in there. And I realize he's about to die. And there's guys coming from the waterfall side. I can't manage all of those angles at once. And because they're in a bubble, I can't do anything about that one angle. They can pop out and shoot me freely as they wish. So really the best option is just to get out of that spot. There was like 4 guys around me, and there's no way I could have juggled the aggro between all 4. Because 2 of them were... I couldn't have done anything to really, because they were in the bubble. And so when you see a bubble, if you don't have a super or you have no way of taking them out, if they're just sitting in it, you just kind of have to let them sit in it, to be honest. I mean, sometimes you can rush in and shotgun them, or shotgun melee them. But with the weapon setup that I have, there was nothing that I could have done. Here, I know this guy's camping over here. So I'm just kind of strafing back and forth. My team finishes him off. This guy's popping around the corner. And I'll pick up a little kill here. You notice how I didn't rush down there or pop my super right away? I didn't pop my super right away for the simple fact that I was super low. Here, my teammate actually... Well, the enemy team plays it well, but my team's super gets me killed. I could have killed both these guys with the golden gun. The problem is they ran inside of his bubble, which was really, really crappy for me, and I wasn't able to get any kills because of that. So not his fault. He was trying to capture B. 100% approve of that. He did a really good job of doing that. Unfortunately, I didn't read both of them jumping into his bubble right away, and that cost me my super, so I lost 2 kills because of that, and I ended up dying. Here, I was trying to defend the heavy ammo because I couldn't figure out which one my team was going to, and I had just used my super too, which was really crappy. To be honest, the best thing that I could have done there is I shouldn't have rushed heavy ammo. I should have let them have heavy ammo, knowing that there was very little that I could have done. The best thing that I should have done is just grab my sniper and lined up my sights on where they would have came out of. You notice how they all jumped up with rockets? They all like started rushing my spawn with it. I should have just waited for them to rush it and snipe them in the head before they got a chance to fire a rocket. That would have been the ideal thing to do there. Sometimes you just... Rushing is going to get you killed, as you saw. Sometimes you just have to give them heavy ammo, otherwise you will die. Now, if you're going to go through and you have a super, and you're in a suicide super, that could be worth it. If you have like a Fist of Havoc or a Nova Bomb or something. So here, a Blade Dancer, I hightail it out of there. I realize I'm in a bad position to snipe this guy. I'm just going to reposition and figure out where they're at. So here's a grenade. I'm assuming because this grenade's here, somebody's watching this side. And as soon as I get chunked, he comes up on my radar. So I'm going to back it up a bit. And just kind of let them... At this point, we're stuck on our spawn. They have B. They all have rockets. So the only thing I can really do is just snipe them. So this guy, I get a golden gun right here. So that was pretty nice. And I missed that snipe, unfortunately. And then this guy comes out with a sniper and nails me in the face. Mr. Fab Puppy. Actually, you know, I'm going to ruin this for you guys. We lose this game. After all of these kills we get, all these zone control, we lose by about 100 points. Which is really upsetting. But that guy who just killed me, Fab Puppy, he messaged me afterwards and said, "Hey man, you're a legend, great game." The fact that he did that, I 100% respect that guy. One, he wasn't using like strong weapons. He was using a sniper and I think like Red Death or something. And two, the fact that he messaged me afterwards and said that, I really, really appreciated him doing that. And I have no hard feelings about losing either. Had I played smarter, we could have won that game. Even though my teams all had super negative KDs, if I would have made a few smarter decisions, we still could have won. And that was on me. Alright guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay. Hope you enjoyed the variety of weapons. As always, thanks for watching. Hope you're all having an awesome day. And I'll see you later.